Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Vampire Survivors. My name is Wilfred. So in this video, I'd like to share with you my experience in taking down the Reaper for all 4 stages. I did it pretty comfortably with pretty high success rate as well. And I'd like to share that tips with you. A lot of times when you read in the internet, they tell you what it takes to take down the Reaper, but not necessarily what are some of the tips and things to watch out for. So I hope this could be useful for you. Now, there are prerequisites as well in order to even attempt to defeat the Reaper, and I'll put that as a written guide in my website. Do check that out. I put the link at the description below, and also a lot more details than this video as well. So basically, there are different approaches to it. No right or wrong answer, but my preference is to start from stage 1, work my way through the stage 4. The good thing about doing so is that after defeating the Reaper on at stage 1, you'll receive Arcana called the Mad Groove. Mad Groove is a wonderful Arcana, so you can suck all the stage items as well as all the experience ops onto the character. You don't even need to move anywhere from away from the starting position. That's wonderful. So I would highly recommend do the stage 1 first and then work your way through the rest of the stages. All right. Now the key to defeating the Reaper are 2 evolved weapons. How to get there? The first one is Laurel. You have to combine them with the Mataglio left and right items, max them up, and then evolve them into a Crimson Shroud. That would limit the amount of damage you receive from the Reaper. Another one is to evolve the Clawed Lancet into the Infinite Corridor by using the maximum level of gold and silver rings as well. So these are very important. These 2 are very important. The Infinite Corridor is bar none I've seen so far the highest DPS I've seen, really. So that is fantastic. So with these 2 items, they can comfortably take down the Reaper. Now, what are some of the tips to get it done? All right. So now these are the couple of tips I'd like to share with you. Number 1, pick a character, a strong one. I prefer Ladder. Ladder is a hidden character that you can unlock once you again meet certain criteria. It's in my written guide, but it is a very strong one. It comes with an evolved weapon to start with. Although she walks really slowly, so you have to hate her for that as well. You could also pick one with the starting weapon of Laurel or Clawed Lancet that will guarantee you to have one of those items to start with. But I found that you'll probably struggle a little bit in the beginning. Unless you are very experienced, I think best to just pick one of the strongest that you enjoy playing. Okay. Now the second tip is that the first Arcana I would recommend is the Blood Astronomia. If you have got that unlocked, it's a good synergy with Laurel and Clawed Lancet. Both you have to have anyway. Tip number 3 is very important. Each of the 4 stages, we have stage items, and they're all guarantee free items. They're always the same. So knowing the stage items on the map will help you plan, of course, your build, right? So for stage 1, you could potentially think about Garlic, Fire Wand, Whip, Song of Mana, and Cross without even trying to get the right passive, because it's all freely on the ground, so you can just grab them. Number 4 is to plan your build. So you have to reserve 2 slots for Laurel and Clawed Lancet. That go without saying. If you pick a Ladder or maybe Red Death as well, upon the first you can defeat the Reaper the first time, you start with the evolved weapon. So with that, you have 3 other weapons to pick up, and I will always pick the one that will matches with one of the stage items that you can see on the ground, right? So those are freely available ones. So I plan my build against that. And also I quite like those some of those weapons that can't be evolved or not easily evolved. And you can buy them from merchant as well, because I found that after leveling them up is actually better than some of the normal weapons that I have as well. So do check those things up as well. There's no right or wrong. the reason why some of the stages, like later on stage 4, you only have 2 guarantee items, which is for your Knight and King Bible, you don't have the third one. So something to think about. Those are pretty good. I will avoid doing Union because it's already hard enough to save some slot to hope for the Laurel and the Lancet, and then next you need to try to find a matching Union one, unless of course you are getting really lucky and get the Laurel and the Claude Lancet, on the onset. I wouldn't recommend planning for Union, but that's just me. Tip number 5, you have to plan your route and don't stop, keep moving. That is very important. So you can pick one of the items first, and then after that diagonally move to the next one, and then diagonally move to the next one. If you need to pick up the free stage items along the way, it's a bit of diversion, but you can do a detour a little bit to grab those, but I wouldn't recommend doing too many detours. Which item to pick first? No right or wrong. If you are confident about your character, pick the Mataglio Right or the Gold Ring. Those will increase the enemy strength frequency as well, give you more XP, but anything goes really. Okay, tip number 6, you have to maximize the chance of getting Laurel as well as Claude Lancet, and to do so, you prioritize the passive first. Now, what do I mean by that? As you level up, you have options to pick new items. It could be a new weapon or a new passive, and I would not pick a weapon that doesn't, of course, suit my build, and I have to save some slot, at least 3 of them for me to keep hunting for Laurel and Claude Lancet, because the more weapon you pick, then the lesser slot you have, and it become if you are forced to take a weapon, then it's game over, right? And you have to restart again. And don't be hesitate to use a reroll or the skip option, because sometimes none of them on the screen, or the weapons that they ask you to take, maybe they're not really suitable. Just skip them or reroll them. If you have that options, the worst you can do is just to restart the game, right? So that's fine. Now, if you have no choice but pick something, I will pick a new passive. Even if a passive that doesn't suitable, it's not kind of for your build, it's okay. That's okay, because if you follow my guide, you already have the stage items all around you, right? So you can afford to have a few passive that is not really matching up with all the weapons, and since you only have 3 weapons to play with anyway, because you have 1 evolved weapon to come with your character ladder, you have 2 of them that's reserved for Laurel and Claude Lancet. You only have 3 more, and you just need 3 passive that matches with your weapon set. So it's not that hard, and eventually as time goes by, it gets easier and easier for you to get to land the right Laurel and the Claude Lancet, because you have more and more passive. You can go beyond 6 slot as well, and then you have more option to upgrade those existing ones. So yeah, that's how I feel. Tip number 7, don't be greedy on the passive that you can hold, because you can go beyond the 6 passive you have by acquiring the stage items after you have hit the max number of 6 slot. But the more items that you have, the more you need to level up. So you really need to strategize and think about, especially for your first attempt to defeat the Reaper in the stage 1. I really don't recommend you take too many. It's okay to take a bit more, but not too many. All right. Now, there are the tip number 8 is there are some useful passive that you should consider, right? So my favorite is Attract Orb. You just grab a lot more orbs around you without having to walk too far away or deviate too much from the path. That's good. Spinach is always good because it helps you it maximizes all the damage across the board. I like Crown as well. Crown give you the XP boost, and Clover is nice as well, give you a little bit of luck in there. But there are useful ones as well that may match with your build, so do pick those things up as well. I would recommend evolving the Laurel and Claude Lancet the last. You don't need the Crimson Shroud as well as Infinite Corridor until the very late part of the game when there are so many mobs around you. So I'll just focus on those weapons that help me DPSing down those enemy around me at the early stage first, faster. All right. Now, I've made the mistake in the past to banish some of these key items because at the heat of the moment when you're using a controller, it's very easy for you to overshot the selection and go into the banish instead. and in the moment of panic, you may just banish the items, and by doing so, you have to restart again. So that's really no fun. So don't make the same mistake I've made. But yeah, I mean, these are 10 tips I have for you, and if you follow these 10 tips, I can assure you this is going to be a pretty fun and kind of relaxing kind of moment for you to take down Reaper. And and once you got map groove, man, the Arcana, it'll be so much easier. Just sit there waiting for items to come to you. It's very fun. So just enjoy the process. Even if you don't get it done in the first try, you earn some eggs. The eggs will make your character stronger, so why not, right? So again, thank you for tuning in, and do check out my written guide that has a lot more details as well as a prerequisite for you to kickstart this whole experience. All right, see you next time. Bye.